Hey everybody, and welcome to my vlog, Mike's Computer Tips. It is Tuesday morning because I heard the trash truck out there. Our trash truck comes on Tuesday and Friday. I never put anything out on Tuesday because I don't really have a lot, but Friday is the big day. I put all the trash out. I'll show you what I was working on. This is a MSI gaming laptop. Right there, it's charging now for a customer. And I changed the fans. The fans were making a lot of noise, so I put 2 new fans in it. It's a real high-end laptop, and now it's running quiet. So if you hear something that sounds like in your laptop that sounds like an airplane going off or a B-52 bomber, you need to change your fans and soon, because if you wait, your CPU can overheat and that'll damage your motherboard and laptop. Here is my little charging station here. When I do my yard work, I charge these batteries because fell down, but I charge these batteries because I do cut my grass. Oh, and there's the cat. That's Luna, come here. That's the family cat, Luna. She's a little crazy girl, but we love her anyway, like we loved all our other cats. We had like 4 cats all together, and they all passed away. Now we have this little Russian blue Luna. Hey. No. I have to keep her away from computers. She has a tendency of touching everything. Luna, say hi to the people. Don't be afraid. Well, there's her little ears and her little head sticking up. And my printer. She likes to sit by the window. I made her a little spot here with the towel. Sometimes she'll sit there. But mostly she wants to see if there's any cats running around. See what the neighbors are doing. So I had to move the laptop, obviously. Now it's charging on my desk. This one has a box and all this stuff. The guy has it really taken care of, and I'm going to keep it that way. So I'm waiting for him to pick it up, and that will be in a couple hours after his doctor's appointment. Till then, I'm just going to hang out, waiting for somebody to come over. There's Luna. She got her little suspicious eyes on. Luna, come here. Here, let me pick you up. That's one thing. This is a mama's girl. Luna, hey. She didn't want any more of it, so she left. Whenever I bug her, she'll go to my wife. She sleeps on her lap and sits on her lap. When I come to her, she'll like run away. Who's that crazy guy? Yeah, so I bought these hard drives, which I thought were a pretty good deal. These are from Temu, that site where you get everything cheap. These are 512 solid state hard drive. I got 2 of them. I just buy them to resell. I don't use that many, but I do have some if I do a repair on a computer. But when I buy them like this at a good price, I sell these to people, customers, or I put everything on Marketplace, and I use Craigslist a lot for stuff. So My wife is the opposite of me. She saves everything. Me, I don't like to keep anything. The only thing I actually own in my whole world is my computer stuff. That's it. My life is my computer stuff. And that's everything computer revolves around me. And I see, there's the box to the guy's laptop over there. He brought it to me in a box, like most people don't, but this guy took really good care of it. He even has the original box, his name and address on the box. Pretty thorough. Another tip is if you buy anything from China, it's either going to take forever to come, like a month or two, or it'll come pretty soon. And I, unfortunately, had to wait like a month for these two fans that I changed. And here are the fans. He said these fans were making a lot of noise. These came out of his laptop, two of them. Because the high performance laptops will have two, generally regular, just internet, regular laptops for surfing will have one fan. This is a special one, so it has two fans. And he said one was making a lot of noise. He didn't know which one it was, so he wanted me to change them both. Actually, I talked to his wife, and she dropped it off one day when my wife was here. I wasn't here. And I did do the job today. What I usually do when I work on something where I open it up and put my thermal paste on, I usually like to wait a little while for the thermal paste to dry because it can be a mess. If you just put it on and try to put the part on, you can have a big mess on your hands. It's always good to wait. And I just bought this thermal paste off of Amazon. It was like $10, $10.60 something with shipping. And I realized something, that it doesn't really harden up and it doesn't dry. Or if it does, it's going to take a long time. So I let it sit for 24 hours. I touched it real lightly. It was still wet. So I went ahead and put everything back together. I figured it was going to take a long time to dry or whatever, but it's all done. And like I said, I'm charging it for the guy, and once it finishes, you can come later and get it. And I'm also a little bit more organized than I was before. Now I have these little bins. If you notice, they're all labeled. There's 3 bins, and there's 3 bins on, actually 4 on this side. There's 1 bin there, and no, there's 3, and 2 big bins here. And then I have all my junk stuff on the counter here. And those are pictures my wife painted, which are kind of cool. I like whales, so she painted a picture of a whale. And I got it up on the wall. Now I put it behind me. I used to have a white screen behind me hanging on the wall. When I did videos, I would have that green background, but it was never covered everything totally, so I just took it down. I kind of like it better this way. It looks like I have more room. And there's our sun from living in Florida. That's what you get. I'd say 98% of the time. The other 2% you get a lot of noise and rain and wind. So far we've been okay. It's been pretty mellow here. And we're just hanging out. I call this room, really my computer room, but I call it the lab, L-A-B. Whenever I refer to it as the lab. I'm going to the lab. This is where I spend a lot of my time. My wife is a TV person, and she'll sit there and watch TV over and over. And I like a couple things like the first 48. I could sit there and watch that a little, but I'm not a TV person unless I watch like the old shows. Some of them are cool. I'm more of a go to the computer room, watch YouTube videos, make videos, that type of one. I'd like to do that. But I like to watch murder interrogations, guys cutting grass. That's real relaxing, believe it or not. A couple of channels that I follow. Al Blade, he's a real cool guy. He lives about 2 towns over, and he has a really big channel with a couple million followers. If you ever get a chance, check out Al Blade. And he cuts these real out of control lawns. People like abandoned houses with grass like 5 feet high. He'll go in there and spend like a day or two and like make it look beautiful again. So to me, it's relaxing. I like watching him do all the edge work and the fence line. He cuts all the stuff off the fence. It's kind of funny because I see myself doing it here too. These vines grow on the fence, and I'm always like pulling them off. And I like to cut the grass, but most of in Florida down here, we don't have to cut our grass that much in the winter, but in the summer, like this time of year, in the next few months, we get a lot of rain, so the grass grows a lot faster. And I have my little push mower. It goes by itself, but you got to stand behind it and push it. My favorite thing to drink is black tea with honey and a little creamer, and I put chia seeds in it. If you never heard of chia seeds, get yourself some chia seeds. They're really healthy. They have a lot of, almost like the highest antioxidant you can get from to digest or ingest, whatever you call it. And what they are little tiny seeds, and they make you feel full. They expand in liquid, so you put them in water for like 10-15 minutes, and they puff up a little. So when you drink it, you feel a lot fuller. Just make sure if you use chia seeds, you definitely let them sit in water for a couple minutes. That's the tip I got from a doctor that does esophagus work on people that don't do that, I guess. And it can be really dangerous. So make sure they soak and just put a little bit in there, and then you're good. I even have a little bottle in my refrigerator with water, and I put chia seeds in it and mix it up and just keep it in my refrigerator. If I want, I could, once in a while, I'll pour some in a cup. I was wondering about, lately I started getting more into health and stuff, eating better and realized that there's a lot of junk they put in our food and stuff. Everybody knows that. So I'm trying to clean up my diet a little. And I was told that if you buy honey in a supermarket, it's not pure honey. They put all kinds of, different oils, like vegetable oil with it and stuff. And then I was like, I'm not buying honey from the supermarket anymore because I want the real stuff, It says raw, but even in the supermarket, it'll say raw. But if it's not raw, then it's not raw, you know what I mean? And the regulations I heard are very lacking. So what I do now is I go to the guy has bees, and they sell the honey in the next town over. I'll go to the farmer's market or on the main road here. They have a store that they sell honey, and every once in a while I'll go and get a small bottle. And I tell you, it's really good, It's a different color than you'll see in the store. The one that's mixed with stuff is really dark, but the one that's raw is a lighter color. It's just from the bees. You don't get anything else. I was talking to the guy for a while. And something I do a lot of because I'm retired and I don't really have a job. My only job is here and there. I'll work on computers for people. What I usually do is I'll go to a store and I'll say, listen, I have a YouTube channel and I have a Facebook group. If you let me put my business cards on your counter, I'll take a picture of your business and I'll put you on Facebook and Instagram. And I do it. I've done it for maybe 7 or 8 businesses so far. And they're always like, yeah, sure, you can do that. And so I'll take pictures of their business and I'll put it on like 20 different groups on Facebook. And I put it on Instagram, to give them some exposure. It's free advertising. And they would probably let me keep my cards there anyway, but, I'm doing like a service. So, why not? It's like a win-win. I tell them, hey, I'm going to take a picture of your shop. And I do. I take a picture of the front, the inside, and then I write a little something and I'll put it on Facebook. And a lot of people will see it. So it's pretty good. And that's why I have to order some more business cards. Actually, a friend of mine ordered some for me. She owns a phone store in my town, and I'm friends with her. She fixes cell phones, so a little plug for her, Karen at iRepair in Melbourne. If anybody needs their phone repaired or iPad repaired, contact me and you'll get 10% off from her. She has a store and she fixes all them small gadgets, I work on the bigger gadgets. And she's been doing it for like 15 years. She's got a lot of experience. She's a good friend of mine. So she's ordering me more business cards, which I need because, like I just said, I go to businesses and I'll leave a bunch of people call sometimes. Oh, I saw your card and such. And I'm like, okay, No. Sometimes I get the job. Sometimes they don't call back. But hey, free advertising is free advertising. So I do that. I realize that if you go, people go to different places, during the day, you probably get gas, you probably go to the store. And a lot of people go to the farmer's market here, and I have a couple people. The guy, he's in the farmer's market and he sells knives, all different kinds of knives and stun guns and swords. I'm not into all that, but I said, hey, I'll take a picture of your whole store and I'll put you on the internet. Oh, okay. Even though there is a computer guy inside the farmer's market, it don't care, it don't matter. I told him what I do is I just go to people's houses. I don't have a shop or anything if they need me. And he says, oh yeah, just leave your card. So I put him in there and then put him on the internet. His father has a shop just around the corner in the farmer's market. Knives again. But it's a smaller shop, so I took a lot of pictures of his shop. And I told the lady, yeah, I guess his mother, I said, I'll put you all on the internet. So now when I go to the mall, we have a mall here in town. My business cards are in like 5 different stores because I go in and I'm just like, hey, like a candy store in the mall. I told the lady, look, and I explained to her what I do. I do computer repair, side jobs. Can I leave my cards on your counter? I'll take a picture of all your candy and your sign, candy galore outside, and I'll put you on the internet. She's like, sure, that'd be great. So I did that for her. And then I went back to buy some more candy. Another day I was in the mall because I do walking. I'm one of those people sometimes. Not that often, but I'll go to the mall and walk around, for exercise. And I went there and she's like, oh, you need to bring some more cards. I'm like, yeah, it's going to take a little while coming from China. I did order some. So what I'm trying to say is like, It doesn't cost you nothing, you know. And the way I look at it is, I'm giving you business, you know, maybe you'll give me business. And I never had anybody say no. You know, you can't leave your cards here, you know. Everybody that is like, sure, you know, I'll buy a little candy and I'll take a picture of your candy store. So that's a good way to advertise, you know. This may not be a computer tip, but it's a free marketing tip, which is really helpful if you ask me, because the best advertising is really talking to someone or doing a job for someone, and then they like your work and they'll tell somebody else. You know, you could be a car salesman, you could be anything. It's just getting in front of people and just say a couple words, you know, it's not a big deal. I don't consider myself a real sociable person, but you know, there's 17 different computer places where I live, and that's a lot. And I'm one of these people that, you know, I don't look at fixing computers as a business, like for say I have a store and people come every day. This is something that I just do, you know, and I've done it for a long time. So if I have a chance to advertise to, you know, Joe XYZ, and maybe he doesn't have a computer guy, maybe his computer never broke. It really doesn't matter, because he might run into, you know, Jim, a friend of his, that says, hey, my computer broke. And he said, wait, I know a guy that, you see what I'm saying? That's really how it works. Word of mouth, that's a very good advertising. And I always tell people, you know, put a sign on your car too. And, you know, you're driving around. It's another free form of advertising. Put a sign on the back of your car. You know, I sell this, or I do this, or whatever you do. Just put it on your car in the back, because, you know, you're at a red light. The guy behind you is going to look at it. And if he needs what it says, he may call you. I've had people, while I'm driving my car, call me and then say, I'm right behind you in the car, and my laptop battery's stuck, or one guy did that. So, you know, I always go for like the free stuff first. So free advertising is a good thing. You know, it's like when I was a kid, you know, we used to put up, used to go to the supermarket, and there they always have a bulletin board, and people would have little signs on there, like little cards, or, you know, I paint houses, or, you know, I fix cars or whatever. And you'd be surprised, you know, they get jobs that way, because people always look on there and they figure, hey, I'm going to get a good deal. This guy's on the bulletin board. He's not spending, you know, thousands of dollars on a big ad in a magazine. So maybe I could save money and, you know, help people out. You know, help out the little guy, you know. I know I'm rambling on, but this is when I enjoy my tea in the morning. I drink a tea at night too, so you may see me on here at night going, hey, it's my tea. Black tea, and a lot of honey. They say honey's good for you. I drink more honey than, you know, most people. I have to say, you know, I looked it up on AI. It said honey's really good. So, I mean, I like it. So I put honey in different things too. I mean, not just tea. You know, I'll make Greek yogurt and I'll put honey in it also. So if honey is beneficial, then I'm probably overloading it. I guess you could say I'm a morning person, because I do stay up late at night, but I'm not really a go to the club type of guy. You know, I used to go, me and my wife used to go every weekend to listen to live music, but, you know, after a while it gets to be the same old thing over and over, the same band, same songs, and I'm like, you know, okay, I heard them already about 90 times, so I'm good, and not a drinker. I mean, maybe one beer a month. So it's like, why do I need to do that? I'm looking outside at my grass because I did cut it the other day. And I think it's habit forming when you watch these guys cut grass on YouTube. Because usually a day or two later, I'm out there like cutting my grass. A neighbor across the street from me, that's kind of a cool guy. He fixed my lawnmower one time. It broke like a month ago. And it was the choke. Something was wrong with the choke on it, but I don't know nothing about lawnmowers. He's a motor guy, and he's got airboats and stuff. You can hear them starting up, and he knows a lot about motors. So he told me to buy this choke, So I went on and I bought this choke, and he put it on, and lawnmower runs good again. Wouldn't start at all. And I changed the blade myself. I changed the spark plug. I changed the oil. I did all this stuff. I even put like WD-40 on everything so everything would move right. But nice guy. I told him, if you ever have computer issues, let me know. Because I did fix his computer one time, like last year, his laptop. It was like a little laptop, really slow, and I put a new hard drive and more memory in it, and I upgraded it to Windows 11. So he was happy, and told him, hey, you can, next time I won't charge him. I'll just charge him for the parts, because he helps me out. My other neighbor on the other side of me, his name is David. He's like the alarm. I think about it as an alarm because whenever the guy across the street says, there's people in your yard, like one time the electric company was in the yard because the power went out. Well, he called me up and told me, hey, check the yard, see what's going on, take some pictures, what's going on over there. I'm like, well, I'm not home, but we'll take pictures. So there used to be a couple older people that lived on my street because I live at the beginning of a side street, and nothing could happen here without them knowing. I mean, a pin dropped in the middle of the street. The guy across the street could tell you, what lot it was made from, what company made the pin. The guy knew everything. But he moved back up to New Hampshire to be with his family. He got older and he wanted to be closer to his grandkids. And my neighbor on the other side from me, he's from Pennsylvania. They lived here for a long time, but they recently moved back to Pennsylvania to be around their kids, And they were real nice people too. They're really cool. But they moved away, and the guy that lived in the house next to me before, he was a nice guy. But people move on. Stuff happens. But hey, I'm glad if you followed me this long. I want to say thank you. We've been on for a while chatting, doing my vlog, and I'm glad you're here, and I appreciate all the support that I get. Mike's Computer Tips is here for you. If you have any questions, comments, anything wrong with your computer, and you want to throw it by me, and maybe I could help you out, just do it. If you're new, also subscribe to my channel. Why not? You're watching anyway. You might as well just subscribe, right? Okay, and a big shout out to my brother, Charlie. He's a cool guy. And he's always pretty positive. So I'll talk to you all later. See you in the next video.